procedure you'll need to do periodically when using BlowDry Brass is a full horn rinse through. So you take your instrument to a utility sink and get a full stream of water going into the bell, and you want to move the valves so you get the water going through the entire horn. Now you want to make sure that all your movable slides are at their stops, or that you hold them in some way so that they don't come out while you're doing this process and get damaged. Now you'll also invert the horn and put the water through the receiver in. This part is really important because then you can get the water to flow through the water key ports, and that's critical because if you fail to do this process when using BlowDry Brass, eventually these ports will become plugged. You can see how easily just running it through, the water coming through the ports, water key ports, will keep everything working just fine. Once I'm done, I blow the excess water out. Again, make sure you hold the slides or they'll come flying out. And then next what I'll do is I'll remove the valve end caps. There's an area the BlowDry Brass can't get to, and they'll get lint and dirt from the case, and you may even see a little bit of degraded foam from the bit. Once I clean the valve end caps, then I take a bit, pinch out the alcohol back in the container, and I'll run it through to remove the rest of the water from the rinse process out of the horn. I may do this maybe once or twice, and I may do this rinse through process before I practice. If I feel the valves, if I haven't done it while the valves feel a little sticky, then I'll take 5 minutes, go down and do this process, and I'll put fresh valve oil through the end caps, which is pretty much how I oil my valves now when using BlowDry Brass. I keep everything closed up because it stays nice and dry and clean. I also use this opportunity to clean the ramrod and the bit and also the jar. All these areas, all the equipment does get contaminated obviously with degraded valve oil, and by removing that periodically you'll improve the ability of the bit to remove moisture, and also the ramrod to remove moisture from your mouthpiece. Once you get everything cleaned up, then you just dry out, pinch out as much water as you can and add fresh 91% alcohol. And when you're washing the ramrod, you need to be a little careful you don't bend it. But if you do, you can just always straighten it out. The idea again is to fluff it up so that it functions as a nice wick when you dry out your mouthpiece after playing. You want to make sure that once you've done this process, you let the ramrod dry out fully before putting it back into the pouch so it doesn't rust. And that's pretty much it for the next couple weeks.